I'd like to welcome you to the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for July 29th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Mr. Margraf?
Here.
Mr. Lund?
Here.
Mr. Prince?
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No, sir.
No. Approval of minutes of the meeting of June 10th, 2021, June 17th, 2021, and June 24th, 2021.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the June 10th, 2021 minutes and defer the approval of the June 17th and June 24th minutes.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 5, bid opening, removal and replacement of lead-impacted soil environmental remediation. First bid is from Summit Environmental Services, LLC, Indianapolis, Indiana. Nice. As a matter of fact, I wonder, Kristen, am I looking for the bid proposal, Form 96, non-collusion, all of that? Okay. Okay, there's a bid proposal. Let me see. This is... the bid form. Form 96. And let's see. And the non-collusion affidavit. Now, just let me find the price. Page 4, okay. I just... I don't see it totaled up. Is a representative from Summit Environmental here?
Yes.
Is the bid total in here?
Yeah, it's at the top of the page. Maybe covered up by the other pages.
On the top of the page, maybe I'm not getting all the way to...
Second page?
On the second page?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Okay, thank you. The bid proposal, the total amount of their bid is $1,409,700. That is Summit Environmental Services, $1,409,700. Thank you. Ooh, that was nerve-wracking there. Second bid is from Blue River Environmental and Restoration, Indianapolis, Indiana. Okay, there's 2 copies, okay. Okay, we have the bid proposal. Hopefully I'm a little better with this one. We have the bid form. Form 96. non-collusion affidavit as well. That's bid bond. Now let me find the number. Okay, the bid proposal, the total amount of the bid from Blue River Environmental and Restoration is $375,965. $375,965. Is that how you see that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Take all this.
Yeah. That was Blue River. And the final bid packages from Gary Material Supply, LLC. I presume Gary, Indiana. Okay, the bid proposal. Form 96. The non-collusion affidavit and the bid. But I would say the total amount of the bid is not in, it's not here. It's not. Can, what do you think, Mr. Button? It's, I don't see the bid total.
There's no bid.
Are the increments in there somewhere that?
There's a bid form that breaks it down as to what, we can't tabulate off of that, yes. It's just, it's not written on the bid proposal on the front page.
What are the tabulated numbers? Record?
Can,
Just for the,
well, I mean, I'll read them if somebody wants to tabulate them as we go.
I mean, I have the calculated total right here on there, so, I guess, the guy that, put those out.
Could you come up here and tell us what that is?
I have a total of $1,348,400.
$1,348,400.
Correct.
For that engineering and the consultant for review and tabulation recommendation.
Okay.
You're talking about all three of them, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Then I will make a motion to forward these to engineering for their review and recommendation.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we'll do that. Okay. Moving right along here, let's get to past these. Matters from other department heads or their representatives. Yes, let's do it as long as I got it in my hand. This is, well, go ahead, I'll let you, Mr.
Sure.
Brown.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning to the board. So this is a late entry to the agenda. You have a funding allocation for the construction, engineering, or observation of the Schneider Avenue Storm Sewer Project with HWC Engineering, who's the design engineer. That funding allocation's been approved by the Councilman Werpel, the city controller, and the mayor. Councilman Werpel had pledged $50,000 to the project when the project went to bid. The Capital Improvements Board is paying, or is funding, I should say, all of the construction. This construction engineering is about $53,000, $54,000. And so Councilman Werpel agreed that he would use his money to fund the CE. And so we would ask that you approve the funding allocation, the green sheet, and the contract that's also attached. And I entertain any questions you might have.
So we're approving, yeah, the money and the contracts, right?
Yeah, and the contract. If you could read the number, I don't remember what the number is.
Well, the
right, but-
allocation amount is $53,462.
Thank you. So I would ask that you approve the funding allocation, the green sheet, with the same thing interchangeably, and the contract with HWC Engineering for the same amount.
Okay.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve the funding allocation and the contract as presented by Mr. Budd.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item A under correspondence. Correspondence received from City Engineer Dean Button requesting the approval for Primera Engineer's request for a road closure on Columbia Avenue over 8094 between Broadmoor Avenue and 175th Street, beginning August 9th, 2021, with an anticipated 21-day restriction period.
You may recall I notified the board of this at a previous meeting verbally. This is the request by the engineer Primera, who is seeking a road closure for the NDOT project. They're resurfacing the bridge over 8094 on Columbia Avenue. They were expected to start August 2nd, but they pushed back a week. It is a 21-day closure, and the detour is to go down Calumet Avenue instead of over Columbia for the 21-day period of the closure.
Okay.
Everything looks in order, and we ask for your approval of this action.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve Primera Engineer's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Item B, correspondence received from Alberto Ochoa, Hugs Cultural Committee, requesting permission to hold a parade on September 19th, 2021, beginning at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Staging will be at Morton High School and begin north on Grand, west on 165th, south on Kennedy Avenue, and end on Orchard, Kennedy Avenue. Festivities to follow at Hessville Park. Are you guys?
Police Department.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, from what I understand, the person that's putting this together has requested a police and EMA to help with the parade. So I'm going to make a motion to approve the request and forward it to EMA and Police Department for their review.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item C, correspondence received from Lisa Miller and Lori Zolno requesting permission to hold a block party between 7123 and 7045 Forest Avenue on September 12, 2021, from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. The block party includes homes from the Little Calumet River to Lawndale and Holman Avenue to State Line, Lawndale, Coolidge, 172nd Street, 172nd Place, Holman, Forest, and State Line, with the anticipation of 125 residents participating. I live right there. I don't see a problem with it. Yeah, I don't.
Do I need to say anything about the equipment, or they just?
Well, let's see, let me see if they're asking for anything. See, they want picnic tables, which we don't do, right?
Yeah, we have to
So-
wait for them to.
Okay, okay.
So just forward to the Board of Public Works for the.
They want barricades.
Okay.
Yeah, we-
Okay, yep, yeah.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve the request and forward to the Board of Public Works for any equipment that's needed.
I second.
All those in favor? Item D, correspondence received from Breanne Miller requesting permission to hold a block party on 114th Street from Parkview to Warwick Avenue on August 29th, 2021, from noon until 8 p.m. for a birthday party. Seems like we just had that closure not long ago for
Yes.
something else. It's on that little stretch of road that bends around the Brown, right?
Yeah,
I don't see a problem with that. Do you?
no,
You?
no request or anything.
Doesn't say anything.
Okay. Then I will make a motion to approve Ms. Miller's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, correspondence received from John Vesmar, Downtown Hammond Events, requesting temporary closure of certain areas downtown Hammond for the 15th anniversary of Beatles Fest on August 14th, 2021. Closures included in the attached correspondence and map of the proposed perimeters. Well, you don't have a copy of the map. I mean, I looked at it all last night and this morning. The only question I would have is the parking lot behind Paul Henry's Art Gallery. Is that city property, do we know?
Don't know.
That would be my, Mr. Button, would you know if the parking lot behind the Paul Henry City Gallery there off of Russell is city property by chance?
I do believe it is.
That would be my only hang for this one here. I mean, he wants a lane restriction
Yeah,
on
we
the
always
west
take
side.
care
We
of
always do that, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that Polish parade that takes place
Yeah.
is the weekend before, so we don't have to worry about that at all. No, they usually fell on the same weekend.
So I don't,
Is that our gallery open on weekends? Is it open on a Saturday?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I know when we had Mayor's Night Out at the, what are they called?
Paul Henry's on Suit, right? Yeah, that's a city lot.
City lot by the, east of the old NIPSCO building, right?
Yes. Yes, that is a city.
That is city parking there by the courthouse? Yeah, okay.
Well, on the north side. of
On the north side,
That, yeah, that is definitely, they're both city park.
okay. Okay.
So do we approve his motion pending approval of that lot?
Well, I mean, it appears that it is.
It's okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Okay, then I will make a motion to approve Mr. Vesmar's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Going to item F, let's see. Well, he's got quite the list here. Correspondence received from Mr. John Vesmar, Beatles Music Fest, requesting the use of picnic tables, garbage cans, barricades, fencing panels, chain link, fencing panels, sandbags, folding chairs, and tables for the event to be delivered by Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. But all these items, these are things you get requests through the park department,
Right,
right?
we did it before, yeah, to the park service center.
To the Parks
I
Department?
think so, yeah, yeah.
Okay, then I will make a motion to approve Mr. Vesmar's request and forward it to Parks Department for the equipment that he needs.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, correspondence received requesting a rental registration hearing. August 19th?
Okay. Make a motion to set that for August 19th, 2021.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item H, correspondence received from Dustin Vorst of the No Rules Riders Knuckleheads Motorcycle Riding Club requesting permission to hold a ride through the city on August 14th, 2021, starting at 10 a.m. Additionally, asking for the ride to be escorted by either the police and/or EMA with route attached. So, looking at this, it seems to be like it starts in Hessville, then when you get to here, right, there's some steps that are missing.
Yeah,
Because they're going north on Calumet all the way up to 119th, right?
yeah.
And then coming back to the boulevard, 129th?
Mhm.
Okay. I didn't know it was citywide. I don't.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to approve Mr. Moore's request
All those in favor? Aye. Matters for board members? Anything? No, sir. Okay. New business, item A, change order number 3, Hammond Police Range Training Center received from Hassey Construction Company for vents with funding from the Hammond Police Department Jail Fund submitted for approval.
Hello again.
Bud.
Yes. During the course of the construction of the range training center, the skirting did not have vents, was not originally contemplated, and they really do need them. And so it's a $2,500 increase to provide the vents, cut them into the skirting. And so we would recommend approval of change order number 3.
And just for the record, change order number 3 is for $2,643.72.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve change order number 3 for the Hammond Police Range.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, change order number 4, Hammond Police Range Training Center received from Hassey Construction Company for supplemental work including new metal panels, fascia, soffit, and trim for the existing shed with funding from the Hammond Police Department Jail Fund submitted for approval.
Yeah, the range sergeant asked that the shed at the police range training center be improved in good taste with the new building that was there. I believe it was around $11,000.
$11,905.
12,000. So very reasonable. We reviewed the quote from Hassey and feel that that's a fair price, and so we would recommend approval of that change order as well.
Yeah, I already had a conversation with Megan, the city controller, about this too, so.
Okay.
I will make a motion to approve change order number 4 for the Hammond Police Range.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Mr. Button.
You're welcome.
Item C,
Thank you.
NIPSCO easement number 45244-022TE, temporary easement agreement, Harrison Park, submitted for approval.
The Northern Indiana Public Service Company, NIPSCO, is requesting a temporary easement at Harrison Park just east of the playground, sort of in alignment with the alley north of Waltham, to do some gas work right there. And this is being done in anticipation of the NICD Westlake project. They need to install the gas main at lowered than it currently exists so that they can clear the proposed storm sewer that's being added as part of the Westlake project. It's just a temporary easement. We have talked to NIPSCO. They are revising their work plan, which I believe the president's looking at now. They show that it's crossing the street, Lyman Avenue. It shows that the spoil pile and the work limits cross the street. We're going to make sure they keep at least one lane open each way on Lyman Avenue. So it's a temporary easement, and we would ask your approval of this action.
Okay, I will make a motion to approve the temporary easement agreement with Harrison Park from NIPSCO.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item D, request for right of encroachment into public right-of-way at 5825 Soul Avenue, submitted for approval.
So this is related to an agreement that the city has with the school city of Hammond, and the encroachment there at that location in order to do the project work for the athletic fields for the new Hammond Central High School.
Okay.
Okay, I will make a motion then to approve the right-of-way of encroachment for 5825 Soul Avenue.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item F. Item E, easement encroachment agreement with School City of Hammond Sanitary District and Board of Public Works and Safety, submitted for approval. But this is not.
Are we holding this for now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Deferring for
I
now.
figure, yeah, this had come up before. I don't think
Right.
all the
Right.
I's are dotted and T's are crossed
Okay.
yet.
Are we deferring to a certain date or just deferring for, okay. Then I will make a motion to defer this matter to a later date.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Button.
Thank you.
That was a very collaborative talk. Thank you.
Item F, right-of-way permit submitted for approval from Engineering Department. Oh, here he comes.
Here I come
Mr.
again.
Gordon, here he comes.
So there's two permits. One of them's for NIPSCO. Basically, it's for the Westlake train on 173rd Street. They are not closing the roadway. It's going to be flag individuals out there, so it's going to be open in the afternoon or evening. The other one's for AT&T, which is for the water department. They're running cable into their facility on 65th and Columbia, so I would recommend approval.
Okay.
Okay, I will make a
Thank
motion
you.
then to approve the right-of-way
Thank you.
permits.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item G, third amendment to option agreement for the property located at 15 through 49 State Street submitted for approval. Hey, Mr. Novak.
Morning.
Morning.
Kevin Smith asked me to appear on this. This is a property that the city acquired. It was the former location of a dry cleaning distributor, and it's essentially been vacant since probably the last 20 years. This particular option is for a company to buy that particular property, but that option expires at the end of this month, and they're looking to have it extended to the 31st. It's in the best interest of the city to do this. We would take it off our responsibility in regards to cleanup and also hopefully be developed out there. There's an insurance issue that the owner is dealing with on this particular situation, and he hopes to get that resolved by the end of this year. So the option would just be extended to the December 31st deadline. So I recommend approval.
Yep.
Then I will make a motion to approve the third amendment to option agreement.
All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Thank you, Ron. Item H, contract for demolition services with JM Industrial Services, Inc. for properties located at 407 165th Street, front and garage, 1111 177th Place, garage and above-ground pool, 820 Bauer Street front, 835 Cherry Street, garage, 222 through 24 Conkey Street, 1244 Indiana Street, 36 Locust Street front, 7139 Montana Avenue, 1152 Roosevelt Street front and garage, 943 Sibley Street front and garage, 7349 Tapper Avenue front and garage, 7538 Tapper Avenue front and garage, 7025 Van Buren Avenue garage, 7217 Van Buren Avenue, 5955 Wallace Road front, and 6116 Wallace Road front. Let's see the contract. Total compensation of the contract is $134,312. It has been agreed to by JM Industrial Services as well as the Chief of Inspections, Kelly Kearney, who both have signed the agreement.
Just approving the agreement, right? Okay, then I will make a motion to approve the agreement with J&M Industrial.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Garage sale permit submitted for approval. I'm going this way.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
Nice. He's gonna come back with some, with a pullover. Right?
make a motion to approve the garage sale permits.
All those in favor? Aye. Item I, emergency demolition hearing on 1219 150th Street.
Okay, I've been working
Morning.
on the property. I have it all cleaned out so the guy can do the inspection. He's supposed to do it from Superior on Wednesday or Thursday. I have an appointment with him now. I'm not a very good speaker, but I'm going to start cleaning out the garage this week, and I got a couple vehicles in there. I got all the vehicles out of the yard. I've been collecting vehicles for a while, but I'm going to work on the garage this weekend so that I got that empty. And what else? Oh, I did some little things. I started painting the front of and the windows and stuff that you guys said were bad too. Just little things. Okay, to give it a little curb appeal. And you already know about that. I moved all the brick and everything.
Right.
I just,
So Superior, they're looking to meet with you Wednesday or Thursday of next week, correct?
yes, I have I'm going to send the email. I didn't want to send it during court because it makes noise.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to the inspector for today. He gave me his new email because the other
Okay.
one's on vacation. I would like to have him have a look at the garage. If it's not savable, I'm perfectly willing to pull it down. It's just an old garage.
Yeah,
Anything to add, Mr. Castro?
well, I was at the property earlier this morning, like he said, they have progress forward on some of the cleanup and cleaning up the property inside. He showed me the email this morning, he's got a structural engineer scheduled to come out, so we're not objecting to continuing this for maybe 30 days to let him get the structural report for the garage and the house and see what they.
And
the
once he
engineer
gets
says.
that, he's to give it to you guys, right? Kelly?
Yeah, he can forward it to Kelly.
Okay. 30 days?
26th, there should be one in September.
Let's do it there. We'll do it 6th of August.
Okay.
Yeah.
August 26th, okay?
Okay, yeah, I just know it's gonna take the engineer a while to type up his report and stuff, so.
Okay, can we make sure it's okay with him?
Well, we can go to September if you want, I guess. Give it-
He's got it scheduled already.
All right, okay.
August 26th, a good date to come back?
August 26th.
Give-
All right, I'm done.
For now, yeah. Yeah, August 26th.
Fine with that?
I'm fine with August 26th.
Okay. All right, status,
Okay.
okay.
Then I'm gonna make a motion to set this for status for August 26th, 2021.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I second forwarding it to.
All those in favor? Aye.
Give it to Kelly also.
Okay, thank you. Item J, rental registration hearings on the following properties: 5241 State Line Avenue, 1109 Summer Street, 1111 Summer Street, 6941 Schneider Avenue, 7123 Jarnakey Avenue, 6138 Marshall Avenue, and 1828 Indianapolis Boulevard, 1828 Indianapolis Boulevard, and 4341 Henry Avenue. Mr. Farrell.
Good morning.
Morning.
Bear with me. Property at 5241 State.
5241 State Line,
Yeah, Jimmy?
or State Line.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
You show this property as a single-family home owned by Mr. and Mrs. Chapman since 2001. The only previous Board of Works action was in 2014, where the late fee was waived. They are here for 2021.
And the reason she couldn't register so far is due to, oh, okay.
Good
Morning.
morning. I want to apologize for being, late, but I was directly affected by COVID-19. I have a salon, Sanctuary Hair and Nail Salon, 102 Pulaski Road in Calumet City. We was totally affected by the pandemic. I actually caught COVID-19, and I've been, suffering from the virus and been in therapy And I just went back to work as of last month. And my energy level is not like what it used to be. So I was working 5 days a week before, so now I'm down to 2 days. So I'm just getting actually back on my feet, and I was just asking for leniency. I'm gonna be honest, I honestly forgot,
Okay.
and I do apologize.
Yeah. Ms. Chapman, we usually don't extend a second, waiving the late fee, but based on the time frame between the two and your circumstances, I'm going to make a motion to waive the late fee for 2021.
All right, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
If you just stick it, yeah, just have a seat, tell me, and get your paper.
She owns them all.
So the next properties we have are, it's actually 1111 Summer Street, which is a duplex, 6941 Schneider, 7123 Jarnicki, and 6138 Marshall are all owned by the same owners, Mr. and Mrs. Cruz. Okay, Ms. Cruz, how you doing, Ms. Cruz?
Good morning. So 1828 is not part and parcel to this, right, Nick?
Correct, no,
Okay.
1828
Okay.
is a separate.
That's just a separate?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
One for each?
So each property is here for the 2021 year. Lake County actually recognizes 1109 and 1111 Summer strictly under one property address, which is 1111 Summer Street, listed as a duplex, so 2 units.
Okay.
So those 2 properties would be for the same structure. So 1109, 1111 Summer is a 2-unit, which owes for 2021. Mr. and Mrs. Cruz have owned this property since 2004 and have registered on time each year. 6941 Schneider and 7123 Jarnicki are both single-family homes, owe for 2021, have been also registered every year on time, with the exception of this year. And then 6138 Marshall is a 2-unit, which owes for 2021 and has also been registered by the owners on time previously.
Okay. Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Morning.
Again, I would like to apologize. With COVID this year, I just was in thinking that this would be delayed just like the taxes due, the date of the taxes due. So unfortunately, I wasn't, usually I do all my work a lot well ahead of schedule, but this year with COVID, it was just kind of a different atmosphere, and I just didn't realize that it wasn't due. And then when I actually started doing my taxes, which were delayed, I did my taxes, and at that time, I always do my rental registration, and then when I did my rental registration, I was shocked to find out that that wasn't delayed. So unfortunately, I was late in registering these properties. And when I did that, I did send a detailed letter, because I tried to register, but then downstairs they explained that once that deadline has occurred, that I have to go before a hearing. So again, I apologize for that. I've never been late in any of my registrations except for this year.
Thank you. Anything?
Okay, then I'm going to make a motion to waive the late fees for the properties listed 1109, 1111 Summer, 6941 Snyder, 7123 Jarkey, and 6138 Marshall.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Next property up is 4341 Henry. How you doing? So 4341 Henry has been listed under the ownership of the Baracas since February of 2003. It's a single-family home rental which owes for 2020 and 2021. There was previous Board of Works action in 2014 where a late fee was assessed and it was taken care of. The property has been registered on time since.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to apologize. What I can say, they totally forgot because the property owner is my mother-in-law. So she is like 85 years old. So sometimes my husband is the one who helped her with the papers and everything. But this time he totally forgot about the registration from the house. So.
I did notice in Lake County's records, it did in 2018, it went from strictly under Santos Baraka ownership to a third split. Typically, we see that when either property is inherited or divvied up. However, it seems that the same address was placed under the ownership, so that's why.
So who is the owner currently?
Right now, my mother-in-law, because my father-in-law passed away like 4 years ago.
And her name is?
Es Maria de Becerra Tijera.
Okay, okay. So that's the right name we got.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the papers here.
What about 2020?
They just forgot, you know.
I mean,
Being honest.
I know it was the COVID year. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
So she lives in Berwyn, so maybe that is the reason why we don't live here.
Mm-hmm.
We live in Berwyn.
Right.
So.
Okay, going forward, are you going to take care of this, to make sure?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we do. We're gonna do it.
Okay, because again, we're not inclined to usually give a second waiver, but because of the time frame and COVID, I'm going to make a motion to
Yes.
waive the late fees for 2020 and 2021.
Please. So do I have to pay anything for?
At the conclusion of today's meeting, you can register for both years at a cost of $10.
Okay,
Just when the meeting's over, then you can.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And 1828 Indianapolis, this property was on last week's agenda for 7/22 of '21. This is a 4-unit rental property. Mr. Hazar has owned it for a while now, actually, but it looks like in the findings and orders decision of last week, he was here for 2 years, for 2020 and 2021. However, it looks like the total amount that was placed after a waiver was applied was for $20 when it should reflect $40. So I created an additional findings and decisions for today's date in case the one from last week wants to be applied to a single year, or if the board can amend last week's decision to include the additional year and change the amount owed from $20 to $40. I'm just not sure I guys wanted to do that. I'm assuming that's why it's on the agenda today.
We were waiting for one of the years to find out some information. Is that what the deal was?
No, yeah, he came, he owed for 2020 and 2021. He had a 4-unit, and then the board approved the waiver of, that one was 20 Highland.
Okay.
That was the rooming house. But this one, yeah, the late fees were waived for both years, but it looks like we only included $20 on the amount owed line.
Sounds like there was a miscalculation.
Oh, because 2 years instead of 1, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, I get it.
Waiting just to, would it look better if we make a new one?
Yeah, but I would leave that one
It's
attached.
probably better to just show make a new one and show that it amends the old one.
Okay.
Rather than writing over the new one, the old one.
Okay.
The old one is already stamped approved.
Okay.
Okay, so I just need to make a motion to approve the new form, the new.
To approve
The new
the
amount?
amendment and to issue the amended findings.
Okay. I will make a motion then to approve the amended findings for 1828 Indianapolis Boulevard to change from amount $20 to $40.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Okay, item 10, old business. I see none. Meeting's open to the public. Anyone here care to speak about anything? Those of you with rental registrations, we need to make copies of this paperwork. You'll get a copy, and then you can take care of your business before you leave here today. Just give us a couple minutes to do that. Anyone from the public? Nope.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.